What's good, YouTube, man? It is your boy Solid back with another solid reaction. And today, man, we're going to be checking out Larry Bird's most disrespectful young stories ever. And we're going to check this one out with a little love, man. But, man, before we get into this video, man, if this is your first time seeing your boy Solid on your screen, or you just a returning subscriber, man, do your boy a favor, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn your notifications on so you never miss another upload, baby. Because we in here. Let's get it popping and see exactly what's going on, baby.
As Larry Bird played his last handful of games on the 1992 Dream Team, he got called out by some young college superstars for being old and washed up. And one last time, Larry Bird had to prove that.
Just think about having to call this man old and washed up. Like, when you really think about it, you call one of the greatest players of all time, if not the greatest player of all time, washed up. Let me lace him up, then, young buck.
Between being a good player and being the greatest of all time. Because after that 1992 season, after so many years of giving his blood, sweat, and tears to the game of basketball, Larry Bird's body had completely betrayed him, and no one knew it yet, but he had played his last game in the NBA.
I can remember when I first came in the league, Artis Gilmore told me one time, he played for Chicago, he said, if you expect to play a long time in this league, you better quit mopping up the floor. And I thought, well, he's crazy, because that's what basketball is all about, going after the loose balls. And getting a little bit older now and feeling the bangs and the bumps and the bruises and all that. I can see where he's coming from, but I can't change my style of play. I got to play like that every night, because if you go down and get one loose ball that's on the ground, that could be the turning point of the game, and it has.
And he's 100% truth. That's all facts, because I'll tell the kid that in a minute. That one loose ball that you decided to let go, that might be the one point that we needed to win at the end of the game. Or, hey, you see a loose ball on the ground, you don't even try to go for it, you just stand there waiting around. Hey, man, that could have been that play that got you the look you looking for. The stuff you need, it's there. I get it. Yeah, you shouldn't be on the ground 24/7. If the ball is out of range or out of pocket, or it's going in the stands crazy or something like that, I'm the first person to tell you don't do nothing stupid like that. But if you can get to it, get to it. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I'm going to tell you. If you can get to it, get to it. If you know you can do it the right way and get to it, why not do it? But, I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it at all.
It just gets to the point where you just couldn't play. I mean, you couldn't think, couldn't move, couldn't run. If you can't feel your feet, it's hard to run.
But just before he was about to announce his retirement, a longtime rival asked him to lace up his sneakers one last time. But this time, it would be on the same team in what many people have called the greatest team ever assembled, the 1992 Dream Team.
Man, how y'all feel about the Olympics this year, bro?
His back, so I said, man, LB, you got to play, man. You got to play. This is our last chance to be together. He said, Magic, my back is hurting. I said, Larry, you don't have to play 30 minutes a game. You can just play 10 minutes a game. He said, all right, I'll play. I said, all I want to do is come down and do a no-look pass to you, and you shoot a three-pointer. We both going to be very happy.
My Magic that time making the defensive rotation, forcing him to put it on the floor. Bird for three.
Bang. You got to live with that on your chest.
I want to say this is just a small step, and what our goal really is to get to Barcelona, win the gold medal, and bring it back where it's supposed to be. Thank you.
Tell him, Bird.
What may well be the best basketball team ever assembled. And here they are, moments away from their international debut. And the white uniform, Magic Johnson controls the tip.
Spinny.
Here's Larry Bird backing in, goes to the fadeaway.
Come on, buddy. Looking.
A come from behind effort.
Give me this one too. Call that one too. Wow.
Larry Bird hitting his second from downtown. He has 10 points. In the second half, Bird is wide open. That's a
Bro, that's just like, you can really see the difference. And when a player has played the game for a long time, or, people who say, man, I can play in the league. And then you see players like this, like Larry Bird is on his last leg and he's still hooping like a top 10 player. Like, you can hand him a rock right now. I'm pretty sure he still look like he just flesh. Like, yeah, get out of here, buddy. And that's the difference. Like, people really think it's just it's so easy to get to that point. Like, man, Larry Bird not that good. When people say any player in the NBA is not good, they're just killing them. So they're just lying. Because if you think that they're not good, that means you truly think you're better than them. And for you to really think you better than them, you really need to stay off that crack. That's all I'm gonna say. But man, like, I look at it and I see Larry Bird doing the stuff he does, and I'm like, that's crazy. I like the way he does that. Being at his age and playing at the level he's playing at, you got to really be like, all right, man, you got to give him his flowers, man. He's at the end of his leg and he's still giving y'all buckets. He's not going out there giving you cheap shots. He's giving you buckets. He put money up.
Downtown, he has 10 points.
That's all I'm saying. When you look at it, it's right there.
And even on the brink of retirement, Larry Bird still had a little something left in the tank.
The crowd start cheering. Larry, Larry, Larry.
He like, God, dog, I got to get up and do this again.
Reacts to the entrance of Larry Bird.
And you see that BIRD, you know, we in the streets.
Get an open look in transition.
Patrick with the pass that misfired. Jordan with the behind.
Oh, my God, to Larry Bird. Hey, that is it. Bro.
And you just knew that Larry Bird was not going to miss that shot.
Bro, seeing stuff like that, like, that's crazy to think Mike had that much hand-eye coordination where he threw it behind the back, straight to the man in the corner. It wasn't no weird, it was just one. Ugh, that's crazy. Oh, my God.
After the great save by Michael Jordan.
Bird.
I'm sending a message around the world today that y'all can give it up. You foreigners can give it up.
The final score, the United States 136 and Cuba 57.
And in the gold medal game, the Dream Team beat Croatia, and there was no doubt anywhere in the world who was the greatest team ever assembled.
Hey, that is the greatest team ever assembled when you really think about it. I can't think of a team better than them. Like, when you really think about it, who would you put over them? Be honest with yourself. Couldn't put nobody over. That's all I'm saying. You couldn't put nobody over.
In the history of team sports.
That's all I'm saying.
However, as our old legends age out of the game, there will always be some newcomers to come challenge the throne. And in 1992, that newcomer was Rodney Rogers.
Rodney Rogers was tough. Y'all got to give Rodney his benefit. You hear me? Rodney was hooping. If I said it's going down, it's going down.
You brought up Rodney Rogers, and when I was asked about Zion, I said, you know, for some reason, I see a little bit of Rodney Rogers in Zion Williamson. You know, they were big, athletic guys who were mobile. Do you see Rodney Rogers in Zion?
I do see Rodney Rogers. It makes so much sense now that you said it like that. Rodney Rogers could shoot better. I'd never seen a guy like that strong. I mean, I knew what Country Strong was after I played against him and Corliss Williamson, those guys like that, I mean, maybe never lifted a weight, but could push a car out the way if they needed to. And so with him, I definitely think Rodney Rogers would be a great comparison for that.
And when Rodney Rogers was selected as one of the 8 best college players in 1992 to go scrimmage against the Dream Team, Larry Bird gave Rodney Rogers his welcome to the league moment.
But you missed Bird by a couple of years, I think, didn't you?
I missed him by 1 year, but I got to play against him in the Dream Team and to be able to practice with him, see how he worked out, see how he shot, see the junk that he talked constantly. The best was my man Rodney Rogers, strong, fast, quick, athletic, and Bird just set him up in a corner. Someone drives to the corner, Stockton passed out to Bird, and here you see Rodney Rogers take a full sprint. And I'm talking about, you know how Zion blocked that shot a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
That's where where Rodney Rogers came from. Except, unlike the young kid that shot the shot, in the middle of him being in the midair, Bird says, "Welcome to the parachute club, rookie."
You better learn how to fly. Welcome to the parachute crew, bro. You're going to be up there a long time. If you're trying to get this,
him go by, shoots the ball, and kept walking down, shaking his head like these dumb youngsters. They don't never
you
get
jumping for no reason, bro.
And according to some of the guys that played, Larry Bird and the Dream Team basically beat these college youngsters by 100 points. But why was Larry Bird so hell-bent on embarrassing the young Rodney Rogers? Because one day earlier, Rodney Rogers said something that pissed Larry Bird off. And the friendly scrimmage turned into a serious lesson in respecting your elders.
You know, when we played against him in the Dream Team, you know, that whole situation was amazing.
It was 8 of us. It was myself, Bobby Hurley, Allen Houston, Chris Webber, Rodney Rogers, Eric Montrose.
Shout out Rodney Rogers, man. Shout out to OG.
Yeah. And Grant Hill was on that squad.
And I kept calling us the crash test dummies. And they want us to come sit in the car and run up against the wall and see how hard it hurts to play against these guys.
So we get to La Jolla, San Diego, and we check into the Marriott, and we're walking in the corridor, and we see this tall white guy coming down the hall, and I'm like, damn, that looked like Larry Bird.
He said, damn, that looked
so
like
Larry Bird coming down the hallway, me and Chris Webber, and Larry Bird, you don't realize how big Larry Bird is until you stand up close to Larry Bird. Larry Bird legit 6'10". So he walked by us and he says, y'all those college guys? And we was like, yeah, we the college guys. And he looked at us and he said, get some fucking rest. It's going to be a long week, and walked off. And we was like,
hey, on God, get some rest, young buck. Because tomorrow, when y'all get on that court, it's me and you.
Hey, what
it's me and you. You feel me?
And we get back to the hotel.
He said, hey,
I remember Bird getting out the
week,
elevators like, see y'all tomorrow, young fellas. See y'all tomorrow. And it was like, wasn't like a looking forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. I was like, no, it was like a see y'all tomorrow. Right?
And I remember getting off the plane and I see a sign. It says Mr. Bird and Mr. Webber.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no way. And so I get in the car and it's Larry fucking Bird. And I shake his hand. I'm quiet, you know. And when we get out, he doesn't say much. But when we get out, he goes, hope you get your sleep tonight because I'm going to bust your ass tomorrow.
Yes.
And I didn't know what to say, but I knew this is a moment you have to say something.
Yeah,
and I was like, you know, Larry, your back is already hurting, man. You need to take it easy. And then I run to the room and I call my father. I'm like, Dad, Larry Bird was just talking shit to me.
So the next morning, we get up and we go to practice, and the Dream Team is practicing. They're finishing up their practice. And then they say, all right, get loose and stretch out. We're like, okay, we playing? They're like, yeah, we're going to play next. It's the starting five, I think, is myself, Chris Webber, Rodney Rogers, Bobby Hurley, and Allen Houston.
Hey, Bob was tough too. I wish he would have got to play more though.
Finding the rhythm. Penny's pinning people's on the glass. You know, C. Webb's doing his thing, and I hit a couple threes, and next thing you know, like the clock stops, and we look up and like we up.
Yeah, right.
We're up.
Like the first 15 minutes, we kicking their ass. we running them all out. Bobby Hurley in the lane, killing John Stockton.
I did have some success penetrating and collapsing the defense, and our energy, our excitement to play, all those things played in our favor. You know, what we were doing that day, you know, they couldn't stop it. It felt tremendous.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if there was ever a more pure or better basketball day for myself or for any of those guys, because we were in a
so
dream
freaking tough,
playing
bro.
against.
Bro, I'm one of them, like, I'm a Penny fan, bro. I'm one of them Penny boys. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I love Penny Hardaway. Penny is tough, and he don't get enough credit for how tough he really is. Bro, I wish Penny, like, I want another player to come into the league that's like Penny Hardaway. We've seen, you know, replicas of, like, all other players. I mean, a lot of people like to say, you know, Kobe's a replica of Mike. We got other people saying, you know, like, Jason Tatum's a replica of Kobe. We got other people saying, you know, like, Zion's a replica of Rodney. You know, we got players like this. There has never been another Penny Hardaway. Like, there's never been another Penny Hardaway. Like, you can stretch it a little bit and kind of say that Kyrie Irving is a better version of Allen Iverson, but you have never seen another Penny Hardaway. That player, the caliber of player he was smooth, bro. Like, I don't know, man. His game was different.
Star heroes.
Game was different.
And we did beat them that first practice.
And then something happened. We're sitting there, and we get back to the hotel. Rodney Rogers says something to, it's a group of them. It's Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and everybody's shooting the shit. And Rodney Rogers said, hey, Larry, you ain't hit a jumper since '84.
Oh, yeah, that was.
And we ain't think none of it. The next day we came in, that's when the thing came out that Chuck Daly let us win.
There are kids who believe in Santa Claus too, and the Easter Bunny, and now that they've grown up, I hate to burst their bubble, but it was a game thrown.
What he said? He saying they threw the game against the youngins. Like, yeah, we let them win. Y'all don't go out there and score more than 20. All right, y'all just work on seeing what they got. Tomorrow you get a feel for them today. Okay, tomorrow we'll go out there, we'll bust them. But tonight, just get a feel for them, see what they do, see how they play.
Through the game.
That's what we're talking about.
Look how we sub guys in not picking up, not making any adjustments. He knew what he was doing.
I love Coach K. That's come on, man. That's BS. They had Chris Mullin, a better shooter than anyone that we had. We really beat him that day. But the next day,
he said, "Coach,
it's been the only time in my life I've been in a scrimmage and my team did not score in the whole quarter."
Man, the next day it was different.
They went extra hard
It
like
was
that?
different that day. Yeah, you could tell that, you know, they were like, "Come on now, we're gonna let y'all know who we really are."
We showed them why.
Every time I
why
see
we
Magic
are
make
who
a
we
pass,
are.
I think
We
of that.
pretty much beat them by 100.
They couldn't.
Low key, every time, I ain't even gonna hold you. Every time I hear Magic Johnson make a pass, I go hee in my head for some reason. I don't know why. Hee.
They were smacking the floor, talking shit to us like it was a championship game.
Magic Johnson
the double
fed Larry Bird the ball probably about 8 times in a row down court. Larry Bird got the ball on Rodney Rogers, and every time he was about to make a move, he told him what he was going to do.
Left off the
One
glass
dribble, pull up, going left, off glass. One dribble, going right, spin, shot, bucket. He scored 9 times or 8 times in a row. Left the court to go lay down because he couldn't sit on a bench. He had to lay down because of his back. And said, "Young fella, look like 84, huh?"
Last time he made
it. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, wow. I said, so that's they kicked our ass for the rest of the week. And
it said the rest of the week, guys. They ain't play with you.
Nah, they ain't play with us the rest of the week. And this one I was like, this is a different breed.
These dumb youngsters, they'll never get it.
That's crazy. All right, man, that is the end of this video, man. If y'all guys did enjoy it, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments, do y'all think that the USA team let them win that first game? If y'all think they let them win the first game, let me know in the comments. I'm going to be honest with you. I think they did. I think they were like, hey, look, we can't whoop they butt all week, you know, and then, you know, send them home. That's kind of messed up. Let's let them get one because we still want these kids to get better. Let's let them get one, and then we'll show them what it really looked like to play with a group of all-stars, okay? So y'all let them have the first one. I mean, play, kind of get a feel for them, do that, but then let's do that. But, man, if y'all guys did enjoy the video, man, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you never miss another reaction, baby. I'll see y'all in the next one.